Hi everyone, I am Al Pinkerton. I'm the Member of Parliament for Surrey Heath, and as well as being the Member of Parliament for Surrey Heath, I'm the Member of Parliament for Frimley Park Hospital and for this extraordinary piece of land here called Frimley Fuel Allotments. Some of you may know it better as the land upon which Pine Ridge Golf Course and the driving range and all of the stuff that goes with that sits. Many of you will also know that over the past few months I've been writing letters, I've been asking questions in the House of Commons, I've been asking written questions and asking oral questions of the health ministers in their various different guises and forms about the plans for this site. Because what I've known for quite a while now is that Frimley Park Hospital intends to relocate itself as part of the rebuild programme onto Frimley Fuel Allotments land. I first heard about this about a year ago, and as soon as I did, I started raising objections. And I had to write to the Secretary of State in, I think it was December of last year, when I frankly became so concerned and so upset by a request that had come from Frimley Park Hospital for me to get involved in effectively offering them PR advice on how they could best sell that plan to the local community, and I refused to take part in any such initiative. Well, I'm very sorry to tell you that I'm hearing very strong rumours that on Tuesday of this week, the announcement that we've all, or that I certainly have long been dreading, is going to be made, and that the announcement will be made that Frimley Park Hospital intends to relocate itself onto this extraordinary site, Frimley Fuel Allotments, which is the last remnant of the old Frimley Common, an area that was enclosed in about 1800 and which was set aside for the benefit of the local community, and which has been managed by the Frimley Fuel Allotments charity now for some decades. If any of you have followed the questions I've asked in Parliament or have seen the letters that I've written to various Secretaries of State, you will know my objections. This is an utterly inappropriate piece of land upon which to build a new hospital. Not just because of the history and heritage of this space, but because it's so inaccessible. If any of you have ever tried to get along Old Bisley Road on a weekday morning or a weekday evening with children coming in and out of Ravenscote and Tomlinscote and St Augustine's School, you will know that this is a near impossible site to get to. How on earth can you realistically build an 800-bed hospital with A&E, with all of those ambulances that would need to get in and out on a site like this? My contention is you can't. And you especially can't do it when, as part of the budget, the £1.8 billion that's been set aside for the scheme, you haven't even costed or budgeted for the cost of the necessary infrastructural upgrades to even make a site of this, like this, plausible. Never mind desirable, never mind optimised. And when I asked the Chief Executive of Frimley Park Hospital, tell me about the budget that you've set aside for the necessary infrastructure. Tell me, reassure me that you have in fact done that costing work in your site selection process. The answer was no, it hasn't been done. And extraordinarily, it was suggested that the money for those necessary upgrades would have to be found from the new hospital programme's contingency fund. Now, I think you and I know that contingency funds are for unforeseen challenges in a build process, not for absolutely known issues related to something as fundamental as the site selection. And the reason I pressed that point is because I wanted the senior executives at Frimley Park Hospital to concede to me, which effectively they did, that until you add in all of the costs of all of the different sites that they had been considering, until you added in all of those things that were needed to enable particular sites, that in fact the site selection process itself hadn't been properly undertaken. And I am firmly of the belief that the site selection process has not been adequately undertaken in relation to the new Frimley Park Hospital. There is something not right about any of this. And that is why I've been asking these tough questions. That is why I have been writing letters to Secretaries of State. That is why I've put my neck on the line. And even though I haven't been able to confirm Frimley Fuel Allotments as the site for the new Frimley Park Hospital until now in this video, it's something that I've known for some time, even though I've been bound by a sense of obligation to the hospital not to be fully transparent about it. And for that I apologise. because I work for the people of Surrey Heath, and I've been attempting to work for the people of Surrey Heath ever since this site was first mooted. But now that I have heard the strongest possible rumours that it is going to be announced on Tuesday, that it's going to be here, I think you need to know in advance of that announcement. There's already nearly 10,000 signatures on a petition to save our space, to protect Frimley Fuel Allotments land from the developers. And I would encourage you, please do sign that petition. If you are a golfer who uses the golf course, if you're a dog walker or a family who treasure this space, please add your signature. Because don't get me wrong, if this hospital goes ahead, there will be no golf course. You cannot have a golf course with 14 remaining holes. And when you've only got 14 remaining holes on a golf course, that land effectively will be turned into something else. So the hospital will be the thin end of the wedge. As soon as that hospital gets permission, then guaranteed the rest of the land will disappear as well. And that could be housing or a whole host of other proposals. We should really take this so seriously. I'm so grateful to the residents who have been putting up extraordinary signs in the local area already. I saw them in my drive here today. So get out there. If you care about this, if you care about saving not only the last affordable golf course anywhere nearby, but if you care about this extraordinary treasure of a landscape that was meant to be protected as part of that historic commons, if you care about conserving that kind of thing, then get involved, add your name to that signature, get involved in the walks, state your objections when they are invited from the public, but most of all, get angry about this, because I think we should be angry and frustrated. I'm sorry that this has been such a long video, and I hope you can hear the passion in my voice. I'm so glad that I can now finally talk about what I've wanted to be explicit about for such a long time. I'm grateful to everyone who has supported the campaign so far, but we need to understand that the fight for Frimley Fuel Allotments, the fight for the ancient Frimley begins now. Thank you all.